Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal. Huh. That's interesting. My local traffic light was on red flashing rather than working through the cycle. So it's completely confuses you first thing in the morning. All right, we're Tuesday morning. A great Tuesday morning. Really nice and warm. Well, warm for the Pacific Northwest. And really a fun sort of feeling about the day. There's not a cloud in the sky. Whoops, daisy. Not a cloud in the sky. And, oh, hello. There's some very high clouds up there, but very thin. So beautiful. Sort of day you think you should not be working. You should be sitting on a deck somewhere. The barbecue going, something very cold in your hand in the way of a drink. But then there's the other part of me that goes, I'm glad to be working. It pays the bills. Right. So was that reality, isn't it? I was going to talk a little bit about coincidences today. I know that I've probably discussed it before, but it is something really interesting to keep an eye on in your life. It was really strange because with this very hot weather, I have been a bad girl and my mind elsewhere. I've managed to annihilate some of my houseplants. Yeah, it gets pretty darn hot up in my neck of the woods. I'm on the first floor, so the temperature up there gets, well over 80 in the summer. And if you forget to water your plants at the same time, it's not a good combination. Anyway, I was thinking when I was driving home yesterday, I really need to get myself some more orchids. They're my favorite flower. And I just love, as you know, the bang for the buck. They just last a long time, and I just think they're really good value for money. So what I decided was I really am going to treat myself to an orchid today. Now, you have to say treat yourself because it's an expense, right? It's normally sort of $30 worth. I go into the Safeway. No, I wasn't. I was on Save on Foods. I go into the store. Guess what? They're having a sale of absolutely stunning orchids. The big ones. And instead of being $30, they are like 15. Half price. I bought 3. Oh, why not? And then it was so funny, there was a Japanese woman there who obviously did not speak any English really worth talking about. And she, by virtue of her body language and eyes and everything else, was busy trying to ask me which was the best one for her to buy. Well, I don't know, with my luck I'd pick one and it would die. But bless her heart, so what I was telling her was what to look for and then make her own decision. But I watched her for some time. This was not a lady who made decisions easily. She was still messing with that decision half an hour later. And I couldn't help thinking it's no wonder that men don't like to go shopping with women. We really do, I don't really mean to lump everybody in here, but the majority of women do spend an awful lot of time Trying to decide what they want. The word I wanted to use was vacillate. We just, this one or this one, and this one or this one, this one. Well, I don't know, I like this one, but I like this one. Yeah. Whereas men will just take one look and go, okay, find that one. And be happy. And we don't do that. And it's the same thing when we're trying to tell a story. We're like kids. We've got to give every single little detail. And how many times have you heard somebody say, yeah, but what's the bottom line on that one? They just want to get to the end of the story. They really don't need to know all the bits in between. Just give me the facts here. I don't want to know what color the dress was, or how many clouds were in the sky, or what color the car was. I really don't care. Just tell me what happened. But I wonder if you do that. I call it, could we have the Reader's Digest version, please? I don't want the novel. I have difficulty keeping my attention when the story goes on too long. It's just like, wow. And I wonder whether part of that's because I work in a lawyer's office. Just like, okay, fine. Really don't need all the bits in between. Just give me the facts here so I can help you and I know the facts. Interesting stuff. And it's all to do with our personalities, I know. Well, it's strange because I, every year, I wait for a certain flower store to have its end of season sale. And I normally just fill up my garden with baskets of flowers. And I missed it this year. Coming home last night, I'm just passing it now. Just coming home last night and they're closed for the season. Oh, sure, but how did I miss that? It's my cheap garden for the year. Never mind. Anyway, I wanted to apologize because I know on yesterday's video there was a freezing thing that happened. I don't know how that happened. And obviously I can't fix it until today. And I did go back and check the upload material. And even in the upload it had frozen. So somewhere between the original, I think, the original and it being uploaded, no, it being converted, that's where that freezing happened. I mean, so now I've got to go back and see if the actual footage froze. And I will do that tonight. And if it didn't, then I will reload the video. So that you guys know. What I said in the last half, or maybe I will just upload the last half of it so that you guys know what the end of it was. Anyway, I really thank the person who let me know that. I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but I'll probably get to add that on when I upload this tonight. But I really appreciate the fact you let me know that that was a problem, and hopefully that you know that I would never intentionally do that. So it was just like, wow, how did that happen? Well, it did. Life's like that. So going back to the law of attraction. So do you think it was a coincidence that I was driving home thinking I really want to buy some orchids, and there happened to be an orchid sale? I mean, I haven't bought orchids for months and months and months and months. So for a lot of people, you can think, gosh, that was a coincidence. I am just watching the most dangerous thing. There is a guy trying to jack up his car, and it's on a hill. And he's jacking up the front of the car, and he's in front of the front of the car on a downhill. What's wrong with that picture? That looks like an accident waiting to happen for me. Wow. Anyway, going back to the law of attraction. So I just wondered how many of you have noticed that sometimes you just sort of attract good things when you need them. Some of you going, once would be nice, Sal, just once. No, but some people seem to be able to do it better than others. I don't know why that is. And I believe that it has to do with your vibration. How did I know that yesterday was the day to go and buy orchids? I don't know. Certainly hadn't seen an ad for it, hadn't, been made aware of it by anyone. I just suddenly got that. And it's called this law of attraction because somewhere at some level I had tuned in to the fact that this was a good day to be buying orchids at that particular store. And the reason I started to say Safeway instead of Save on Foods is because I would normally during the week shop at Safeway. And normally at the weekend shop at Save on Foods. So here was the thing. I actually went to a store I would not normally go to during the week. Only because I have to take a different route home. Coincidence, I wonder, yeah. And it's a really important thing to be aware of in your life. That we do attract a lot of the stuff that we receive. If you keep thinking negative thoughts, don't be surprised if you have negative things happen. If you keep saying to yourself, well, I'm not really a nice person and whatever, then don't be surprised if people don't gravitate towards you because, people seem to gravitate towards happy people, not sad people. So if you remember the whole mirror thing, which is, you're going to attract what you look at in the mirror. And if you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and go, God, you're beautiful, which of course I do most mornings. Yes. So have a look at your life and try and keep track for at least a day. Check in with yourself. And one thing that is really interesting to do for those of you who are pretty good timekeepers is to check in on the hour, sort of, at least once an hour, and just write down how are you feeling about yourself. You know how many thoughts go through our heads every hour? subconscious thoughts. Now, you're not really consciously thinking about stuff, but stuff's being processed anyway. The other thing is, you've heard me say before about correcting your thinking. So if you've got a negative thought going through your mind, like, oh God, I'm going to be late, which, by the way, I'm going to be by a couple of minutes again, then, you know, it's really important to correct it immediately and go, yes, but I will work a couple of minutes later as well, so that I am being fair to the company. And that's what is important. I really do enjoy a lot of my life. It's, you know, it's not a highly social life. You know, I don't go out a lot and do things, you know, because I'm busy doing this stuff. But, you know, I really do enjoy it. My only issue as I get older is I get more tired, and I'm more aware of that. But, you know, I look on my life and go, gosh, I attracted some really good things in my life. You know, I've had moments where I had a lot of money, and I've had moments where I haven't. I've had moments where I've been ridiculously in love, and I've had moments where I haven't. But I'm still happy. In other words, I've lived enough to be satisfied with my life. Wow. That's an interesting thought, that I have actually lived enough that I'm satisfied with my life. You know, when I look back through it and go, are there things that I'm really embarrassed about? Oh yeah, you bet. Lots of things. Are there things that I'm really proud of? Yep, lots of things. On the whole, have I been a better person rather than a bad person? Yep. Have I made a difference? I hope so. So you go, well, I do know that. That's a silly answer. Yes, of course I have. I have plenty of examples of that. So, now part of my job is to keep attracting to me exciting things. Because that's what keeps you going, right? Things that are exciting, enjoyable, creative, whatever. I was talking to a colleague yesterday who came into work, and she retired a year ago. She looks wonderful. She's obviously having great fun. Of course, there's that part of me that was really quite jelly of that. But it's just like, wow. And I do believe that part of the thing about most people retiring is that they don't do a lot, whereas this person obviously does a great deal. When I say do a lot, I don't mean lead a frenetic life. I mean do a lot of things that they enjoy. And I'm just about at work. So I need to get out of here. and get on with the rest of my life. So everybody, hope you have a wonderful day. This is DearMamaSal saying, oops. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.